Okay, so it is now time to start our next unit of material. So we are moving on to inverse trig, okay? This is going to be one of the last things that we cover. There's not really a lot left for us to do, okay? So inverse trig, if you remember, it's that thing that like on our unit circle, it was going backwards. So it was like, it was asking the question, at what angle does this happen? Instead of what is the sine of pi over 2, I'd say at what angle is the y value 1, okay? But that's really not too important for you guys as far as this goes. All you really got to do is be able to use these rules that are in front of your face, okay? So if I wanted to take the derivative of arc sine, this is the structure that it takes. Notice there's not a trig word in there anywhere at all, okay? The derivative of arc sine is 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Now, here's the thing. This 1 right here is the derivative of this, okay? So really what we should say is that the sine of x is x, wow, is x prime over the square root of 1 minus x squared, okay? Because x could be a bunch of different stuff in there. It doesn't have to just be an x. Same thing with arc cosine. Let's change that to an x prime, okay? And you guessed it, same thing with arc tangent. Let's change that to an x prime. Okay. So if I want to take the derivative of any of these trig words, these are just the specific formulas that we're going to use. It is not terribly difficult, I promise. Okay? You do not have to have these memorized, obviously, since we're not having any more tests this year. Okay. So here we go. So if I wanted to find the derivative of arc sine of 4x to the 5th, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say f prime of x equals, okay, the derivative for arc sine, that rule, is to take whatever's in here and find the derivative of it. So if I call, it's almost kind of like u substitution. Okay, so if I call u 4x to the 5th, du would be 20x to the 4th. All right, so if I wanted to take this derivative, I'm going to put the derivative of it on top, derivative of that inside function on top, and put it over, okay, the square root of 1 minus whatever was in there squared. And that's my answer. Okay, it's just a formula. We're just plugging things in to where they go. Okay. Arc cosine. Now the formula for arc cosine is exactly the same as arc sine, only there's a negative out in front. Okay, so in this case u is negative x squared, du would be negative 2x. Okay, so if I wanted to find this derivative, I need to take the derivative of the inside, so that's negative 2x, put it on top. Oh, this is arc cosine, so we need a negative out in front of everything. And then the square root of 1 minus whatever was inside there squared. Oh, there it is. Okay, you do not have to simplify at all. There's no reason to. All right. Lastly, arctan. Now this one's a little bit different. So if I wanted to take this derivative, my u would be the negative 5x to the 4th. My du would be the negative 20x cubed. Okay. So if I wanted to find this derivative, the derivative of arctan, you put the derivative of the inside on top, so that's negative 20x cubed. Put that on top. Over, this one instead of a square root is just 1, and now it's plus whatever was in there squared. And that's it. Okay, these derivatives are not hard. It's just formulas that if you end up taking calculus